Hi everyone and welcome back, and I'm with Supervisor Ted Novelli. How you doing, Ted?
How you doing, sir?
Always a sharp dresser, buddy.
Oh, thank you, sir, very much.
Pretty
Thank
good
you.
there. I like the tie with the shirt there.
I
Okay.
try.
All right, we do it. You pull it off. All right. Now, Ted, last Friday there was a meeting. I think maybe we can update us a little bit on the CDCR, the meeting there on the infill at Mill Creek.
We had a meeting with Mr. Don Slivick, I believe. Yeah, and I believe he talked about the new level 3 facilities that are going to be put in place on Mule Creek property. And you know, level 3 is a different level than what we have out there. And I'm sorry, it's level 2. We have level 3 and level 4 there. Now
Okay.
this is going to be a level 2, and it's more like a dormitory style.
So level 2, it sounds like it's one under level 1.
It might be one above level 1, one below level 3, and 2 below level 4.
Okay.
Okay, so it's men housed in a dormitory style versus 1 or 2 confined to a cell.
Okay. All right. So that's what they want to be doing there. How many beds were they going to put in there, Ted? Do they
I believe it's 1,500.
1,500? Okay. And approximately how many employees do they feel they might be taking on from there?
I believe he said it might bring 500 more jobs to the area.
Okay, about 500.
Yeah,
And so
I might be wrong with that, but
okay,
somewhere around there.
somewhere in that neighborhood. And what was the county's main concern?
Well, one of my main concerns is the roads, the impact on the roads,
Okay.
the impact on the schools. So it was a $500 and something million project, and from what we were told, the school, the city of Ione, and the county are going to get like $1.2 million. I mean, I don't think $1.2 million in my eyes is a great amount of money when you're impacting the schools, the county, and the city.
Okay.
When the project alone is about $530 million project. So
Okay.
that's me speaking myself.
Okay, so and that would be a one-time.
One-time fee.
Mitigation.
Right. And so between you and I, we have a grammar school down there. We have a junior high school down there, and we know the traffic right now. Even though you don't live down there and I don't, we know the traffic concerns down in Ione when schools coming in and out, just like throughout the county. And so you're going to have more people in the city of Ione, more kids going to school, and naturally the roads are going to be deteriorated. They're not going to be wide enough. There's not going to be enough places to park, et cetera, et cetera.
Did they answer any of the objections or the items that you brought up, or did they just more or less take them down and move on?
I believe in my perspective, they took them down. He did try to answer the ones he knew answers to, but he took them down. And I'm sure there's going to be many more meetings about this before it's all done with. But I definitely have concerns about it.
Okay, so Ione probably weighed in there, being the place where it's going to be, the closest nexus to that. I mean, obviously the county, it's in the county, but how did Ione seem to feel about it?
I believe there were some people from Ione that spoke about it. I know one individual that spoke about it, but once again, I told the individual, Mr. Sleppy, that was presenting it, I said, just try to be a good neighbor to both the schools, the city, and the county. And we all have to try to work at this together and do the proper thing and go in the right direction.
How about some of the people that might have lost their jobs? Did anything come up about like that? About will they be on a list, or maybe to be able to get back in there first come, or anything like that for new hires?
My interpretation of what Mr. Sleppy was talking about was that there's been a decrease in facilities and in jobs throughout the state because of the prison population is going down, as we know.
Moving back into
our
the
county jails,
South area, okay.
or our county prisons, whatever you want to call them. So that he said that there will be people that'll be applying for the jobs in this area. So I don't know how that tyranny in regards to the structure of the up and down, how it goes, who gets what job depending on what rank, et cetera, et cetera. You'd have to ask the state about that, or Department of Corrections.
Okay. Why don't we touch on or start with a more positive note, and let's talk about the new veterans officer that's coming in.
Veteran Service Officer that we have, Terry Sanders has been on board now about a week. Yeah, I believe it's been about a week. I think he's going to be great. As we all know, one of our best friends, Floyd Martin, retired.
Right.
So Terry Sanders came up from Kings County. I believe it was around the Hanford, Lemoore area. And, he hit the ground running. And I stopped by and seen him because we have a veterans blood drive going on today. And he's doing fine. He's making adjustments where they need to be made. And I think he'll be great. He's born and raised in Calaveras County. So, we don't hold that against him. We accept
We do on the
everybody.
football field.
Well, yeah, on the football field or the basketball field, but when I drove school bus when we used to have to cross the river, yeah, we did, but we did what we had to do. But anyway, no, Terry's going to be great for the county. He's a Navy person with 20 plus years, so I think he's going to be really great. But we're all going to miss Mr. Martin and how he
Sure.
did. Yeah.
And we're going to have both of them on as a guest, and so I'll find out a little bit more.
I will definitely bring Terry on for you any day you want, sir. I'll do my finest as a liaison officer for the Board of
That's great.
Supervisors.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back once again with Supervisor Ted Novelli. Stay with us here on TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Hi, everyone, and we're back with Supervisor Ted Novelli. Before we get to your upcountry and stuff, it seems ACTC is going to have a talk or a meeting about Highway 16 also. So that's really making the rounds here in Amador County. A much bigger deal than we probably first thought. Nobody knew anything about it. Then it's almost a done deal, and then all of a sudden everybody's speaking about it or finding out about it.
Right, I agree with that, Tom. The first time I heard about it was at a Amador County Transportation Commission meeting, and from what I was told that evening at the meeting, that these talks have been going on for over a year.
Yeah, it's
between Rancho Cordova and the county, and I guess it's District 3 of Caltrans.
Okay, I thought maybe it was District 12, and we're in District 10, I
We're
believe.
in District
right?
10. It was District 3 of Caltrans,
Okay.
not 12.
So it seems they don't talk to each other too much down there.
Well, one of the questions by one of our commissioners that night, and the gentleman lives down in Ione, Councilman Oneto, he asked, well, so if me and one of my friends decide to go down I-5 at Kettleman City and we get these property owners and we decide we want to work a deal and we want to take over this section of Highway 5, we just do it amongst ourselves with Caltrans, and we don't have to tell the cities and the counties about it? How would you people feel about that?
I don't know. Did it seem like they just thought it was too far away, or why would we be concerned? Do they don't realize that 12 is, Highway 16 is used as a fast route for Amador County people to get into Sacramento?
Well, now one of my questions, I agree with you. One of my questions was, so are they going to bring the transit systems closer to Amador County because they're doing this? Are they going to bring the light rail out there? They're going to bring many more bus facilities and bus routes out there? Are they going to bring transportation to the airport out there so that people from Amador, people from Calaveras, people from El Dorado that use that corridor so they could get on this rapid transportation system and go to their destination? What about people like the councilmen of all the cities in Amador County and the Board of Supervisors that have meetings down at Sacramento? Are they going to help us facilitate transportation to get to these meetings in Sacramento?
So it seems that that many traffic lights will impact the time that it takes you to get into Sacramento.
I
as
think
much
so.
as that.
I think so. I think it will. Right now, if I leave Amador County to go to the Capitol, if I know there's heavy traffic on 50, I stay on 16. I don't get off of it because, as you know, 16
Right.
becomes Folsom and then becomes Capitol, and you go right to the Capitol. You have many, many stoplights, as you're aware of right now there. and they're going to add maybe 8 to 10 to maybe even 14 more stoplights.
Okay,
It'll
so
definitely have a impact on your time.
okay, so we're trying to get all our ducks in a row for them to hear our concerns again. Is that it, Ted?
Yes, yes. I think ACTC is doing an excellent job under those commissioners that are on the lead on this and making sure that everything's done correctly.
Okay, in Upcountry, let's take it up to where you are. How's the Upcountry Community Council doing up there?
Lynn Morgan and Sherry Curtis are doing a great job. I think in the month of February we have Sheriff Martin Ryan coming up, and he's going to be talking about AB 109. I believe the inmates that are coming to the county jail facilities.
So, have you found a lot of concern about AB 109 and its impact? Do you get constituents bringing any
yes.
things to your matters? What is that you hear?
The cost involved with it, the impacts on the county. As we all know, when you have more people that are going to be facilitated in one area, you're going to have visitation rights and all of that, so it's going to be bringing people in. You also are going to have more impacts on your roads, more vehicles on your roads and stuff like that. But I think that anywhere you increase the population of our people that are incarcerated, you're going to have people with concerns.
Okay. I think we've here TSPN have been talking and finding out about that and getting updates, and it seems to me that it might be doing a lot better of a job. Let's put it this way: small counties like ours, or at least ours, seems to be able to handle it much better. What with the people involved knowing who's involved and how to maybe best put them either under. I wasn't prepared for this thing, but in a sense, like arrest. Not arrest. I'm not saying this in the right way, but with bracelets and stuff to be able to be
Put on probation. or
probation
something
at
like
home,
that.
and there we go. Right.
Yeah. I think the people who know best about this would be our sheriff and our undersheriff. Those gentlemen know specifically what impacts, et cetera, and that is one of the reasons why Upcountry Council is asked Sheriff Martin Ryan to come up and speak with them, because they're all concerned about what's going on. They're all concerned.
Okay. How about, I know it's not necessarily in your district, it's real close to it, Pine Grove's bypass, which is not a bypass, but they go through and
Go through
what's
town.
happening there.
We had one meeting on that. I believe we're scheduled for 3 more or 4 more in the Pine Grove area. And I think it's going forward. There was some talk at our last meeting about roundabouts up there, and I'm totally against roundabouts in the town of Pine Grove. And the reason is because every now and then we do get snow in Pine Grove. And Highway 88 is a major thoroughfare for large, extra large vehicles, whether they be extra heavy or extra wide
Right.
or extra long loads.
It's true. It's a.
It's
It's almost. I believe it's an emergency or a route that the military can use because it has no overhead clearance problems.
Yeah, it's one of, I believe 50 and 80 don't even have the ratings that we do. And I can't speak for the Highway Patrol and how they rate our highways, but so for us to put roundabouts in the area of Pine Grove, I'm saying no. I talked to our Caltrans people that work here, work in Ione, work in Pine Grove, work at Peddler Hill, and they're telling me no, they don't want roundabouts on Highway 88. So with that said, and me being an old county road person, I would say no to roundabouts.
Also, it seems like people in California, we don't have any idea what roundabouts are even feeling like and doing. If you follow what I'm saying, we don't have much experience with them.
Right. I'm not saying no to roundabouts, period. I'm just saying no to roundabouts, me personally, in the Pine Grove area on Highway 88. That's what I'm saying no to.
Okay, Ted. We're going to take you to a break. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you,
and
sir.
So stay with us right here on TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.